Welcome back to Gene Key of the Day. It feels so good to be here with you. It's been a little while and I feel this bursting of love in my heart right now to be back with all of you and be exploring the Gene Keys and their magnificence and all the beauty these archetypes have for us. The journeys of late have been powerful and strong, and right now we are in a beautiful stream of the 37th Gene Key. So, as much as it is continuing to be very deep and potent work, many levels, the 37th key brings a feminine grace to it that really has an easing quality. So we can all just kind of relax into this stream of the 37. So the shadow here moves from weakness to the gift of equality and the city of tenderness. And it carries, this whole stream carries the archetype of the Christ and the sacrificial lamb that bows down to be reborn and resurrected into a new world. And I think that gives a really great clue into what this key is about, because in general it's really showing us how we're leaving an old paradigm of a patriarchy that has had a tendency for the masculine to dominate the feminine. And so at the shadow of weakness, this is all about the imbalance of the yin and the yang inside of ourselves and in our relations and in the structures of our society. So we really are like sacrificing our old self and the old constructs of our existence to be reborn and resurge into a new paradigm that is based on feminine principles of synthesis and how the unified aspect of our beingness is carried forth as a main principle to everything we do. So this isn't about like women, taking over the world. Actually, Richard talks about in the city that a lot of the feminine energy being reborn or coming alive and being awakened in the world will come through the men. So I love that concept, because in this new paradigm of these new dynamics between man, woman, he, she, the polar forces inside of us, there's so much dynamic and ways where we're having role reversal and where we see, just all sorts of new ways of doing things. Which brings us to the topic of family. This gift is carrying forth in this new age that we're coming into through the mutation of the 55th gene key that we just passed through. And we didn't have a video transmission on that one, but the 55 represents the mutation that's happening in all individuals that are waking up, and how we're coming into, again, this new world. The 37 is really the rock upon which everything is born, because it's this field of love, of this equality, this mutual respect, rebalancing of the masculine and feminine, that really sets the stage for the human family to be nurtured back into the fabric of society. And it's this amazing, it's totally like, it can sound hokey, sort of like, the one human family, but it's so true. It just is. It's like, it's science. We are a human family. And there's all these little pockets of families. And there's new constructs of families, new geometries that, with the breakdown in the Western world of the nuclear family, it's actually kind of the gift in that shadow is that it's giving way for a new kind of family to be born. one that isn't secular, I don't even know if that's the word, but like, sanctioned to its little household, and it's not just bloodlines, that it's actually communal kind of families, these pods that are wanting to come online and steward the new children who are coming into the world. These new babies who are actually being born with new DNA and new codes that are being activated and can only really be activated if the new style of family, the container, is being set for them. So they're calling forth these containers. And it's pretty amazing to be a new mom and be actually an embodiment of this particular phenomena. So I will complete this video by telling you a story of how the 37 played a role in our lives, Theo and I's life, this last year, and truly will, paint a picture of what 37 is. So we conceived in January of 2015, and shortly after we found out we were pregnant, I discovered that the very day that we conceived was when Neptune moved from the 55th gene key into the 37th. Now, that might not sound like a big deal, but when you consider that Neptune is one of the slowest moving planets, that takes many years, 5+ years, to, and I almost want to say more, but we could just say like somewhere around 5 years to move through a gene key. The very day that it transitioned from its previous journeys in the 55, it moved into the 37 on the day we conceived. And that, to me, it was just like a blinking light. In fact, it was the middle of the night and I got up and I needed to move the planets around on my wheel and put them in their spots. And when I discovered that, I just was like, oh my God, something's going on here. And I saw then that Venus and Mars, the masculine and feminine archetypes in astrology, within the 2 weeks after we had conceived, had moved into the 37 as well. So here was these 3 planets, and it was just this like, okay, this is happening for a reason. We are on a mission here. We are one of these new families. And so in further investigation of the synchronicities, I then realized that Theo and I had conceived our son Bija in the 37th month that we had been together as a couple. That was another layer of like, oh my God, this is something. We're being guided here. So throughout the entire pregnancy, I had 37 everywhere. And I know it's just kind of one of those things that you start paying attention to it, you start drawing your awareness to it. So on the clock, every day, 5 times a day, I would see the 37. On the temperature gauge in my car, it would just flash at me, 37, 37. And I was like, what? So many interesting little things. And so with that, why don't Bija and Theo are actually right here, and I just want to see if they'd come on the camera and just
squeeze in here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So this is us. We're a family, and we are a new kind of family because he's a new kind of baby.
Yeah.
And we live in a community that is all his family, and it's a new kind of thing that's being developed. It's unfolding before our eyes. So we'll continue reporting on how things are showing up for us, but it's pretty amazing to already see how different things are for us. Just you and I really not having the same kind of roles as a typical family, and there's nothing against like the traditional roles. I really am a fan of them, but here we are as this unit really bringing up Bija together in a special way. And we have lots of aunties and uncles all around us, and of course honoring our blood family and both of our blood families and how important they are to us. And so here's to the ascent of the human family and truly the love. That's what I think is a good place to end, is the most potent force of love that exists within the human family, between the child and the parent. And, you know, it's unconditional. And he's so cute. So, winning all of our hearts, one little coo at a time. We love you.